Today we're going to be updating the progress of my baby corn snake and my baby milk snake. Stick around. My name is Nick Pulaski. Growing up, I have always had a passion for wildlife, and with that passion, along with my passion of filmmaking, I get taken on some amazing adventures creating wildlife content, getting up close with a variety of incredible animals. So come follow along as I pursue my goals of educating, inspiring, exploring, and conserving wildlife, all while having fun, seeing the beauty in our natural world. What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today I am joined by my Heliconia corn snake right here, and he is looking amazing. Every single time that this guy sheds out, genuinely, he is more and more like salmon pink, and his pinks are just so vibrant and beautiful. This is what I loved about this morph of corn snake, is just those beautiful pinks in the snake. He is truly an amazing snake, and he is a little bit smaller than where I'd want him to truly be at this point, but that's more so because he missed a couple weeks of meals and he just didn't take, and I think that's more so because we had a little bit of a colder period where he just kind of hunkered down and he just wanted to be left alone. But then he picked right back up on food, and he's been totally okay and totally a champ. So totally cool. And the meals that he missed I gave to the milk snake, and they are both doing phenomenal for sure. Wait till you see how big Tigger is. Tigger is getting huge for sure. To be honest, I don't think we actually named this corn snake right here. So if you guys have any name suggestions down below, it is a male, so let me know down below what you think of the name suggestions for this guy right here. But kind of going back to his progress right now, I mean, he's always been a super mellow snake. Corn snakes are known for that, just being super mellow, super curious animals. You can put these in people's hands and they are just going to fall in love with them just based on their personality alone, and then they'll see their coloration and they're just going to be like, wow, the snake is really cool. Like I said, these guys were picked up for a purpose, and that purpose is for a upcoming thing that I'm planning to do with educational programming. And obviously at this size, I don't want to be handling these guys and taking them to shows and stressing them out, and they are at a fragile point. I mean, they're always going to be fragile. You don't want to just throw them in people's hands, and you want to make sure that you're monitoring everyone that's going to be handling these animals and always making sure that you're supervising those and close by and everything like that. But at this size especially, I mean, so much can go wrong with these guys. You want to make sure that they're up to a perfect size before you start doing those types of things, and he's just far away from that right now. So we're, again, in no rush to put him into the programs or anything like that. Totally cool. We have so many other amazing animals that we can use in the meanwhile, and we're just letting this dude take his time. We're not trying to rush him to get too big too quick. It's all based on him. So we're just letting him peruse and do his thing, and that'll be totally cool. But I wanted to make this video based on the point that I'm trying to make here, is these guys have a purpose of wanting to be a handleable animal that are confident in being handled. If I throw these in whoever's lap, and these guys are going to be totally relaxed. You don't want to give someone an animal that's going to be totally stressing out because it's never been handled and it's not used to it or accustomed to it. I want to make sure that these animals are super mellow, and I've been doing that with this guy. I've been doing that with Eddie, my Burmese python. Basically all the snakes I'm always handling. So I want to make sure that everyone is handleable that I'm going to be bringing to these shows, just so we have that confidence in these animals. Obviously, you always want to make sure that you are reading the animals properly, and whatever you can do to make sure that the animal is most comfortable in any situation, that is what's most important. Obviously, is safety for the animal and people involved. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Like, taking them out in small increments like this and just handling them and just making sure that they're habituated to being handled is what is most important. And he is just perusing all around me, totally curious, has no interest in hurting me, or he knows that I'm not going to be hurting him. So we kind of have a mutual understanding here to some degree, and he is just totally curious, just kind of mellowed out and moving around my hands and just kind of wrapping around my fingers, as you can see right here. And that's great, you know, I mean, that's exactly what you want, and that's what we've been doing. Especially we're going to continue to do this because that's what's most important, is doing these types of things, handling these animals just so they're always accustomed to being handled. That's what's very important at the end of the day. So we're going to just keep doing these types of things. Going back to just this corn snake alone, I am so excited to see what this guy looks like as an adult. I mean, it's a really exciting thing for sure. I'm honestly really hooked on these guys, to be honest with you. I would love to get a couple more for sure in the future at some point. I think they are just great in general. And me personally, I've had corn snakes growing up, and getting back into these guys and having this guy right here has just really nipped an urge to get more for sure. I mean, it's just definitely given me that love bug effect for sure, just revisiting this species. I mean, colubrids in general I've always had an interest in. all sorts of different ones, and that's kind of why I wanted to have a little bit of a variety in terms of these shows and programs and stuff like that, to work with a whole bunch of different things I haven't worked with in a while, and this is definitely taking the cake for sure. So yeah, this is the Heliconia corn snake right here. Like I said, leave some name suggestions down below for him. I would truly appreciate those as well. Let's put this guy away and let me show you the status of Tigger, because he is looking amazing, and he just came out of a fresh shed, so he looks phenomenal. Both of them do, but yeah, you can't wait to show you Tigger, so let me show you him right now. And shooting up in size right here, we have Tigger, the Hypo-Honduran milk snake, and he is looking so cool. Oh my gosh, just a really cool patterning on this guy. I love seeing this guy fresh out of shed. I mean, he kind of looks like a nice ghostly pink when he's in shed, but I mean, he is just getting so beautiful, and his markings are looking so incredible each and every shed. And we've been really working with this guy, because as you can see, and as you guys know, with milk snakes, they can be a little bit more whippy. And if I raise my hand up, sometimes he does get a little bit taken back and he gets a little bit freaked out. So we're just trying to get him a little bit more accustomed to kind of like faster movements and such. But he is totally a different snake than when we first got him, for sure. I mean, he is super. You see how he just kind of does that little jolt. That's typical with them. I mean, they're still a little bit on edge, but he is super mellow, to the point where he can just kind of glide through my fingers. I don't have to like hold him necessarily too hard, just to make sure that he's holding on. He's not necessarily trying to nip me or anything like that anymore and latch on based on defense or anything, thinking that I'm a threat necessarily to a high degree like he used to. He's super mellow in terms of taking him out now. And I can only imagine as he gets bigger how he's going to keep improving in it, to adapting to being handled and everything in between. So it's important to take them out, get used to you, get accustomed to this type of action. That's what's very key in these kind of scenarios. He's just so cool. I love his head pattern. He's just a really cool snake. But yeah, this is what it's all about, guys, is doing these types of things, getting your animals acclimated to you, acclimated to different situations and scenarios. That's what's important as well. Now, there are certain species, obviously, that you can't always do these types of things with. That's species to species. You can't do this with every single species. There are some species that just don't want to be handled or don't do well with a lot of handling, so you want to make sure you're doing your research well to make sure that you are handling your species to the appropriate amount. And some species are just eye candy at the end of the day, which is totally cool as well too. But with snakes like this awesome milk snake right here, we are going to make sure that he is a really cool animal to, one, educate people on, as well as show people just how cool these snakes really are. And we don't want one that's like completely whipping out of control and afraid of everything that we do with it. We want to make sure we have one that's totally mellowed out, like this guy right here. It's totally cool just to look back just a few months of having this guy, how night and day difference of just working with this animal has truly made this animal what it is today, which is really rewarding for sure. Hey guys, I just want to give you guys a quick update on these animals right here. It's just a really cool thing that as I was working with these guys today, I was like, you know what, this would be a really cool fun video to show their progress. And as they get bigger, I'm going to do another video updating their progress again. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload, and you can see that video down the line as we get these guys bigger and up to size. So I'm really stoked for those different things, as well as the educational programs to come, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is we're giving it all back to the community and exposing people to why reptiles are really cool in a positive light rather than how they see them in a negative light. Otherwise, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys could do me a few favors, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Definitely check us out on our social media as well too. I'll be posting updates of every single one of my animals over there as well too, trying to get better at that, so definitely stay tuned for that. Also too, guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys personally enjoy handling out of your collection of animals. I want to hear that as well too, so let me know those things down in the comments as well. Otherwise, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, we will see you guys soon. Take care.